Hi there, Cooper. It's Jason. I wanted to take a moment to send you a quick video so you could look at those two different drum beats that we were working on during our last lesson, and also talk a little bit about rudiments that we were practicing so you can have some things to work on over the weekend. So I'm going to move my camera down so you can see the drum set, and let's talk about those two beats. The first one was the quarter note beat, and that's simply taking your left hand and counting 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're playing quarter notes on your left hand, and on your right hand, you are going to play on count number 2 and count number 4. It sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. One way that we remembered to bring both hands down together on count 2 and count 4 was to say the word together. 1, together, 3, together, 1, together, 3, together. Okay, so that's one way that you can work on practicing this beat. The next thing I'd like to do is to get our right foot on the bass drum on count 1 and on count 3. So it sounds like this with our hands. 1, together, 3, together, 1, together, 3, together. There you go. That's your quarter note beat. Let's talk about your eighth note beat now. With eighth notes, we're playing twice as many notes on our left hand on the hi-hat, and we're still keeping our snare drum on count 2 and count 4, and our bass drum is still on count 1 and count 3. So let's do our hands first. We're going to count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 you notice my snare drum comes down on 2 and 4 in that beat. Another way to remember it is the word together. We talked about that during our lesson. 1 and together and 3 and together and 1 and together and 3 and together and 1. So now let's do that with our hands and get our bass drum on count 1 and count 3. 1 and together and 3 and together and 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 1. So that is your quarter note drum beat. Now that you have your two beats ready to go, you've got tutorials on those. Try practicing those on whatever you might have around your house to practice on. Okay? That's not necessary to have a drum set at this point. You can have something for your hands to play and something for your right foot to kick, and you'll be in good shape. The next thing I want to talk about are those rudiments. We talked about the single stroke 4, and we also talked about playing at different tempos. So when we play our single stroke, it's just an alternating stroke. Right, left, left, or left, right. It's good to practice starting with your right and also starting with your left, so you can develop the muscles in both hands and the ability to play in different ways. The single stroke 4 was simply 4 notes, 3 of which are what are called a triplet, and then the fourth one is called a downbeat. 1, so again, that's something you can practice at home along with a metronome. Now, when we talk about practicing with a metronome, remember, we're looking at trying to keep the beat steady when we hear the clicks of the metronome.